David Ornstein's successful morning update is great news for Liverpool and Alexander Isak's transfer. Attention! Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool, in negotiations over £60.7 million deal for the striker. Real Madrid striker approves personal terms with the Premier League champions. Hello, Reds fan! Welcome to your news channel for the biggest and best club in the world. Liverpool is intensifying the behind-the-scenes efforts to secure the signing of Isak, who is determined to join the Anfield side. Despite the Reds' initial bid being rejected, optimism remains high within the club, with expectations that a deal will be completed before the transfer window closes. Isak's absence from Newcastle's preseason tour in Asia has fueled speculation over his potential departure. The player chose to train alone in San Sebastian, Spain, distancing himself from the club's facilities, a strong indication that he is pushing for a move. At the same time, Newcastle submitted an official bid for RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko as a potential replacement for Isak. According to journalist David Ornstein, the offer was €80 million, around £69.8 million, matching the German club's valuation, as confirmed by Keith Downey of Sky Sports. However, Manchester United is also in the race, and sources close to Sesko suggest his preference would be a move to Old Trafford. This scenario puts even more pressure on Newcastle, which may be forced to sell Isak before securing a replacement. Ideally, they would bring in reinforcements before any departure, but financial sustainability rules limit the club's freedom in the market. Unlike Liverpool, the Magpies don't have the same financial flexibility. Swedish journalist Maxi Angelo believes the relationship between Isak and Newcastle has reached a breaking point, highlighting the player's absence from the training ground as a clear sign of dissatisfaction. He estimates there's a 70% chance the transfer to Liverpool happens. Meanwhile, the Reds are adopting a patient strategy and remain strongly interested in the striker, who is seen as a key piece for Arne Slot. Newcastle faces a delicate situation. They risk losing their star without a replacement or destabilizing the squad if he stays unwillingly. Liverpool's initial offer was £110 million, with add-ons pushing it to £120 million, €137.5 million, or $159 million. Even so, Newcastle swiftly rejected it, holding firm on their £150 million, €172 million demand. This gap led journalists like Ben Jacobs to suggest Liverpool could walk away from the deal due to the high cost. Journalist Julian Lawrence believes Isak's transfer to Liverpool is very close to being finalized. According to him, the striker has already spoken with Arne Slot, is training alone while waiting for the outcome, and personal terms with the club are almost agreed. All signs suggest that the Swedes' arrival at Anfield is just a matter of time.
Fabrizio Romano has provided updates on Liverpool's transfer activity this summer, confirming that negotiations are ongoing between Al Hilal and Darwin Nunez's representatives. The English club is open to a permanent transfer, and although the deal is not yet finalized, everything points to the Uruguayan's time at Anfield coming to an end. The numbers help explain the possible decision. Under Jurgen Klopp, Nunez averaged a goal or assist every 91.69 minutes. Last season, that figure dropped to 1 every 145.57 minutes. While his work rate and effort were never in question, Arne Slot's more structured tactical demands haven't suited the player's style. Al Hilal remains determined to sign Darwin Nunez and is prepared to offer around €70 million, close to what Liverpool paid Benfica. If the sale goes through, and with a potential exit for Luis Diaz as well, the club could generate over £120 million in transfer revenue, a figure that would help offset Liverpool's 9-figure spending spree, especially after the arrivals of Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike. Securing that return for two inconsistent players would be a major achievement for Richard Hughes and his team. Liverpool's approach this window shows not only ambition, but also a willingness to part ways with projects no longer aligned with the club's tactical vision. With financial room under PSR rules, the club has invested boldly while maintaining pragmatism. One key variable remains Darwin Nunez's desire to stay in Europe. It's still unclear whether he would accept a move to Saudi Arabia, but Al Hilal's offer could prove decisive, both financially and in terms of opportunity. If completed, the transfer would close a chapter defined by high expectations, moments of frustration, and flashes of brilliance. A move to Saudi Arabia could mark a fresh start for Nunez, while Liverpool continues its rebuild under Slot. Among fans, there are mixed feelings. There's affection for a player who always gave his all, even if his performances didn't always meet expectations. Nunez will be remembered for his raw potential and the chaos he caused in defenses, but his declining form and lack of fit in Slot's system make his departure likely. With Ekitike, Wirtz, Gakpo, and Salah in the squad, the Uruguayan has lost prominence. If Al Hilal pays the asking price, Liverpool will have executed a strategic exit aligned with Slot's reshaping of the team. The lingering question is whether the club is giving up on a talent too soon, or making one of the smartest moves of the post-Klopp era.
Brazilian forward Rodrigo from Real Madrid is reportedly getting closer to a possible transfer to Liverpool, the current Premier League champions. According to ESPN Brazil via Evening Standard, the 24-year-old player has already reached an agreement with the Reds through an informal offer of personal terms, indicating mutual interest between the parties. This potential deal gains momentum amid a shift in strategy by the Merseyside club. In recent leaks, Liverpool had focused their efforts on signing Alexander Isak, striker for Newcastle United. The Swede was considered a priority to strengthen the attacking sector, especially after Luis Diaz's sale to Bayern Munich for around £65.5 million. However, Liverpool's attempt to sign Isak hit resistance from Newcastle, who rejected a £120 million offer and made it clear they would only negotiate for a value around £150 million. With this deadlock, Liverpool chose to redirect their efforts and look for other alternatives in the market, and Rodrigo emerged as the main name to fill the void left by Diaz's departure. The Brazilian is seen as a quality and experienced option, as well as versatile enough to play in different attacking positions, a trait valued by coach Arne Slot. Rodrigo has built a successful career since joining Real Madrid from Santos in 2019. Over 5 seasons, he has played 270 games, scored 68 goals, and provided 51 assists. More than numbers, he has contributed directly to important club achievements, including 3 La Liga titles, 2 UEFA Champions League trophies, and other national and international honors. Despite this, the current situation at Real Madrid casts doubt on the player's future. With the arrival of Kylian Mbappe and the consolidation of Vinicius Jr. as an undisputed starter, new coach Xabi Alonso is expected to adopt a system with 2 forwards, which would reduce Rodrigo's space in the main squad. The expectation is that Rodrigo will be relegated to the bench, a situation the player does not favor at this stage of his career. Given this reality, Real Madrid would be willing to listen to offers for the forward during this transfer window, especially if the offer is financially attractive. Liverpool, for its part, is studying formalizing its interest in the coming weeks with an official proposal, which could trigger one of the biggest transfers of the season. If the deal goes through, Rodrigo would arrive at Anfield with the responsibility of being one of the key pieces in the new cycle of the English club. The fans, still processing the departure of Luis Diaz, would see the arrival of the Brazilian as an opportunity to maintain the team's attacking strength at a high level, while coach Arne Slot would gain a major reinforcement for his first season in charge of the Reds. Thank you very much for watching until here. See you next time!